back to another episode of LunaWood. We got some cool stuff to show off to you today. I'm HBK, and I'm always here with my buddy. Damn it, I forgot your name.
You want to try again?
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of LunaWood, episode 12. I'm HBK, and we're going to take a look at some cool stuff that my counterpart, BeyondDrew, did. BeyondDrew, how you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up, man? Doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited to show off the little bit that I got done there. A little bit less than I wanted to, but I guess this will make more sense when we get back there, but the part that I didn't get done was very annoying, and I didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you to it. It's rather annoying. It's almost as tedious as curbing and fencing.
Yeah, to say the least, right? So I'll go ahead and start making our way back to what we're talking about there. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a fun build week. For those of you, just kind of catch everyone up, because we did mention it beforehand in the last episode. I started working on the Pioneer, which is our classic American Aero Mega Custom Looper. I think I got that all in one sentence. So yeah, I started working on the basically just the entire coaster, and there you go. You can start to see it peek its head up over the trees there a little bit.
I must say, it's real fun to be zooming through.
It kind of is, right? To see all the
Wait, you gotta go right.
What? Oh, I missed our turn. I swear I've designed half this park. I know about it. I've been here once before. Alright, let me go back over this way. It does put it in kind of perspective, though, a little bit of how big the place has really gotten. Okay, here we are. So you can start to see some of the new things as we're going over here. So this little town here isn't new. We've shown this off, but there we go. You can start to see the station area here and some of the custom supporting and everything.
You get a nice slow reveal behind the trees, which is really cool.
Yes. And actually, I'm going to bring the camera up. We were talking beforehand about being in Tejicam or not being in Tejicam, and we kind of can't over here. As you can see, it's very claustrophobic, which is the kind of feel that we want to have in this area, but it doesn't do well for showing off everything. But there you go. There's kind of the, I guess, big reveal of the Aero, or the Pioneer area here. So,
yeah, that station is fantastic, man.
Thank you, Vintage Pack, for this station. This is actually iteration number 2. I don't know if you remember, but when I first started, I had a station that was a lot more... I mean, this is open air, but the first station was a lot more open air, where it had roofs similar to ones that are in a coaster that we'll show off later, but basically ones that went straight out and were held up by cables and stuff like that. It looked more 90s and 2000s than it did when this was set in, so I think this station looks a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw those pictures, but the way you're describing it, it definitely sounds a little bit more modern than something that would have been installed in the 70s.
Right.
But this looks error correct.
Error correct. But,
yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly. So, and again, thank you, Vintage Pack, because these little boobies up here basically make the entire building, and that is from the Vintage Pack. So yeah, there is that building there. I left a few open spaces because we are going to get some custom signing and stuff like that, so maybe there'll be some areas that we can put the custom sign up on the station or something like that, so there's some openness for that there. We'll go ahead and look over to our right where the entrance actually is, which is just over here. And speaking of custom signs, I know that you, HBK, are going to make a custom sign for the ride right
Yeah,
there.
I gotta put that on the docket because I got a lot of custom signs to make.
Yes, you do.
with the wrecker and now this coaster and other coasters that we'll show off in a few minutes.
Right. So, yep. And again, like, I can stumble my way through a custom sign, but for for quality's sake, I should say, HBK needs to do custom signs because mine aren't great. So, yeah, I'm just being honest with myself. So, we're all better at certain things in the game, right? But so, anyways, this is where you enter in here. And the queue is. I feel like I say this every single time I do anything that I build, but really nothing to write home about, nothing too special. It's pretty as generic as you get there. A lot of cattle pens, some sun covers, sometimes no covers, but yeah, it works out.
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of... Now, my home park is Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, how many times have I mentioned that in all these videos? But we had one of the custom Arrow giant loopers at that park, and it was the Scream Machine, which is actually what this coaster is modeled after in game. It's got the stars on the side of the train.
Right.
Anyway. The queue actually kind of reminds me of that, the way it goes underneath the track and...
Sure.
Vaguely. I mean,
right.
I think it's been over almost 10 years since they tore it down, and it's probably been 15 years since I rode it. But, it's got the big entrance, it had the big entrance and, the cattle pens in the beginning, and then it kind of narrows down and you make your way to the station very similarly, which is nice.
And that's funny you say it, because I modeled a bit the queue after Demon, which I've done a recreation series on YouTube and everything already, but I did it based off the Demon, which is in my home park. It's not a mega arrow looper, it's just kind of a traditional corkscrew almost coaster, but it does the same thing where the queue will go underneath the line and everything and kind of act the same way. So I feel like a lot of the arrow queues or lines or what have you kind of act the same way there. So but yeah, here we are inside the station. I just realized that there are a few little bits I need to clean up that I've noticed. Like, I kind of left some stuff exposed here, but don't look at that stuff. It's perfect. It looks great. I finished everything. But yeah, this build is like, I'd say what I did is like 75% done. A lot of it's just like little polishings here and there. But I was just kind of, yeah, it needs lights. I never give it lights. So
at least in the station, I saw you got lights outside.
Yeah. I sometimes will remember to do lighting. A lot of times I don't. So, but yeah, that is
not a big deal. That is easy to go back and do.
Right. That's something else for you to do. So, but if we move back here, you get looks at the transfer track area, which thank you to HBK and a few others that helped me during a live stream of this, because I have never done transfer tracks before, to be honest with you. I know they exist, but that was about as far as it went, but I've never built one, so it was awesome to get a lot of help from Awesome Planet Coaster community members to get this right. Yeah,
and I kind of feel like I was hounding you a little bit much that day when we were going back and forth, because it was like he would do something and then send a picture, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look right, or he had the sliding mechanisms were too long, or
right.
The track was too long, or whatever the case may be, and it was like, oh no, how about this, or how about that, or and I kind of could feel like he was getting annoyed towards the end of the day, and we were going back and forth, but the end result looks so good.
Yeah, it was worth it. And I mean, I did get annoyed by the end of it, but you got to remember, or you got to put in perspective that him and I, it's not like we were messaging each other for like 10 minutes or something like that. It was like, I think it was like a Friday or a Saturday, and you were off work, I'm pretty sure. You just had a lot of free time. So we were going back and forth for like a few hours on it. So by the end of it, I was like, it's freaking good enough. I was like, if you want to change it, you can change it. But no, it worked out for the best overall. So it looks really good. Now,
and the thing that I looked at, because you were sending pictures afterward, I love that we got this tarp here that looks like it was just thrown up just to have it thrown up.
Yes.
And the best thing about it is because it doesn't go all the way up to the station, it like the train that's waiting, it only covers like half the train.
So
or like so the people who wait longer to sit in the front row when they're waiting in the to get back into the station, they don't get the cover.
Yeah, they're just either cooking out in the sun, or if it's raining, they're getting pelted by rain and stuff like that. It's just this awkward little gap right there. I love it.
Here, we'll get to see it. The train's coming in.
Yeah, okay, here we go. So yeah, when they come in, if it's being held by the... Okay, it didn't get held by the blocks because I'm a freaking block master, but... but yeah, and it's funny, this tarp, actually, I stole that from you. I stole that from the boardwalk area, damn near all the way across the park. I just took it from the spinning ride and put it over there, so thank you for that.
Yeah, well, whatever. If it's in the park, it's in the park. That's less that you have to build. Exactly.
And we're getting to that point in the park where almost anything that we want to build or think of that we need to build, it's kind of like, oh wait, yeah, HBK built that forever ago. I can just go steal that off of the building. And what I'm showing off here is like big example of that, because every single building you see for the little backstage area of the coaster, these are all taken from me. I stole these from my backstage areas before and just plopped them down. So,
well, that was in the last episode with the car ride, I did the same thing with that little the little QSR.
Yeah,
it was part of one of your buildings that's on the main street, and I took it and expanded it out and made it look a little bit different, but it's pretty much one of the same buildings.
Yeah. Well, it's just great. We just have this almost giant like library that we can just go through in the park of stuff that we've pre-built to just throw anywhere. But anyways, I talk about what we have here. So this is the backstage area for this coaster, and it's kind of gearing up a little bit to be like a staging area, I think, to kind of lead into our back of the park backstage that we've kind of hinted at for a little bit, because we are actually like, that's it. We're there at the back of the park, so we kind of need to start thinking of our again, back of the park operations and backstage handlings. So my idea is that maybe this road here kind of leads out into the backstage area and can be a service road that leads back into the park and everything like that. So yeah, there's some future planning there for the backstage.
Yeah, and this was probably well. Either way, this is gonna probably be the border of the back of the park where they expanded more to the right and to the left.
Yep.
This will probably be the back end of at least definitely the back end of American Adventure.
Yeah. If they put anything else behind this as far as attractions go, it would have been put in much later. But again, we'll get to that when we do. So this is kind of the whole area, and kind of harping back to what we were talking about in the beginning of the video, that it's going to look kind of half awkward because obviously there are certain areas of the coaster that are floating, and that is what I was talking about, where I just don't want to custom support this anymore. Because if you don't know, if you haven't seen this before, what we're doing is literally is being custom supported with roadside poles. These are all roadside poles, the supports from the in-game at top, and then the cables built, piece by piece by piece by piece. So it's
tedious work.
It's tedious. It's very tedious, and yeah, I mean, I did all the way up until here, and then we kind of started using regular track supports after the MCBR area over here, because that's kind of how it would work. But yeah, I just kind of got to my wit's end and didn't want to do it anymore. And
I don't blame you.
And
I don't blame you. I can go in there and I can do a little bit, and you can do a little bit.
Right.
And, we'll kind of do a little bit as we go, because it's we were talking before we started. It's basically, it's like Friday at work, and your boss is you're like, I'm done with work, and I go home a little bit early. He's like, nah, we're gonna make you do busy work.
Yes.
You're gonna custom support that coaster.
Right. And that's all it is. It's busy work. It's gonna look amazing when it's done. Like, we've already kind of looked around at different angles. It's gonna look so good, but it's just a matter of doing it is annoying as fuck. So
yeah.
one last thing I wanted to show before we talk about future plans here, because I'm pretty much wrapped up talking about the area, if you are. But the last thing I wanted to show was this little ending bit here. I also took this idea from the Demon coaster at Six Flags Great America. It's basically just like almost an attempt at theming, but super cheaply. It's like a straight section of track with a shack built around it and twinkle lights, and then they were like, oh, theming, did it.
You could almost say maybe there was an element here that they had to replace the track or something, so they just made it a straight piece of track.
Sure. Maybe, you know, if those of you who are familiar with Drachenfire, an aero coaster that was so rough they literally had to close it because no one could ride it anymore, basically. Maybe it was something like that. Maybe, you know, they had some element that was on a B&M coaster that they had, like an inline twist or something ridiculous, and everyone was like, yeah, that sucks. So they took it out and put a barn over it with twinkle lights, and we're like, yep, there's our replacement for the inline twist or whatever. So so there you go. But yeah, again, that's pretty much all I have for this. Do you have anything else to add for the coaster until we talk about future stuff?
No, I mean, the area looks great. You know, the terrain painting, I gotta say, I love the retaining wall. The fencing. The retaining wall is a really cool, nice little touch there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, got the little board. I didn't even notice there's a border on top of it.
Yeah, they have the spikies on top, so no one can, you know. That's do not go over here, stupid, kind of thing. So
you guys watching, you see all this to the right here of the immediate right of the path. That'll all get filled in with stuff.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
ideas. Yeah. And what is that?
Speaking of to the right, well, that's a coaster. Not just any kind of coaster.
We talked about a B&M invert.
We have.
There it is.
There it is. I think it's been shown off like here and there. We haven't talked about it because it was mistakenly shown off. But yeah, here is what do we call this?
This is in its final resting place.
Yeah, it
won't get moved because this coaster used to be where the wrecker was.
Correct. It was right over here behind all of this stuff over here, and then we decided to move it across to, like HPK just said, its final resting spot. It is not moving. And yeah, this is what eventually is going to be getting worked on next. And kind of the quick little backstory to it is basically that it was built around the time that Batman the Ride was in like what, the mid 90s. And there may have been empty plot of land here, or maybe like a classic attraction that was here, but basically the park saw how successful Batman was and went to B&M and was like, hey, we want you to build Batman the Ride, but don't build Batman the Ride. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So that's why the first half of the layout is literally Batman the Ride until here is where it switches. Because, you know, there was like, yeah, that's such a popular ride. We want a Batman the Ride that's not Batman the Ride, but you know, it's Batman the Ride kind of thing. Yeah. So, and it'll be kind of similar.
You can see it dives into the terrain a little bit, so that'll be ditched out. What's the is it Montu down in
at Busch
Gardens in Tampa?
Yeah, Busch Gardens. That? Yeah, with the cement
cement
blocks
ditches
and everything. Yeah. Yep, so a lot of that going on here.
Yeah.
So, but that will be coming in the next time that myself or HPK build, and I say that because we are going to be giving LunaWood away like a bastard child. Like, go away. But yeah, we're giving LunaWood away to Mr. S. Dan Wolf there. He is going to be building us an awesome compact log flume in the American Adventure area.
Yeah, I think it was a little short notice for him. We wanted to have him on, but he had prior plans tonight, so I'm sure he sends his regards.
Yes, no worries there. But yeah, so he is going to there's a good view. He's going to have the park there for the next little bit. And again, he's going to be building a compact log flume in a similar style to like kind of like the one that at Dollar. I can't remember the name of it off right now, but
Devil Falls or something.
Something like that, yeah. But similar style to the log flume at LunaWood. And seriously, we are so excited for multiple reasons. One, if you don't know who Dan Wolf is, you should go look him up on YouTube. He is an amazing Planet Coaster creator. And two,
he's one of the better ones, definitely. And not only does he do all kinds of cool creations and put them on the workshop for everybody to use, but he also does he features other people's work and reviews other people's work, and he's great.
Yes. So it'll be fantastic to see his style in the park, and I think it's going to fit in super well. And the other great thing about this is that HPK and myself don't have to build in LunaWood for a while, and that's amazing.
Yeah,
we're kind of at it happens all the time. I just heard Jonty talk about it with Pinewood, but Planet Coaster is a cycle game. When you're designing 100% all the time kind of thing, you get burnt out. And at this point, I'm burnt out. I want to play other games right now. HPK wants to play Resident Evil 2 remaster.
Resident Evil 2, it comes out in 4 days.
But who's counting?
I'm watching the clock.
So
one of my favorite games from my childhood. I grew up playing it.
Right.
That's right. I'm 34 for all you people. And I came out in 98. I was freshman in high school.
Good time for it to come out.
No. Yes, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't do math either, so.
But that will be your life for the next few months, potentially. So.
Yeah, probably weeks. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But, again, this comes at a great time, and, again, we're super, super thankful that Mr. Wolf there, Mr. Dan Wolf, can take some time out of his busy schedule there and build in the park.
Yeah, I'm surprised it actually took us till episode 12 to get a guest.
We've been talking about guests for a while. Like whenever we run into like a time when we both don't want to build, we're like, yeah, let's ask so and so, and then we just never do it. So hopefully, Mr. Wolf there will be the first guest, potentially many there, because we want to integrate as many amazing builders as we can if it fits the style and everything, So. But yeah, I mean, other than that, keep an eye out on Mr. Dan Wolf's Twitter page and stuff. I think he's going to be updating his Twitter with pictures and all that fun stuff. He may send us pictures to upload and stuff like that as well. But overall, just keep a lookout on the socials. You'll be seeing some pictures uploaded there pretty soon. But yeah, do you have anything else to add for the episode there, dude?
Nah, man, I'm just excited to see what Dan Wolf comes up with. I've been following his work for a long time, and I really enjoyed I can't remember the name of his park, the big park that he did.
I know which one you're talking about. I'm terrible with names too. I literally remember. I can't even remember my own park's names. So, but yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, hey, thanks so much everyone for hanging out. If you've made it this far in the video, if you would go ahead and hit the like button there, it does help out the channel, help out the video immensely. If you've also made it this far and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, do a lot of simulation building management, and all of LunaWood is uploaded through this channel as well. So, awesome.
Wilderness Springs, that was it.
It is Wilderness Springs. Good timing, bro. All right, awesome. Hey, for LunaWood, I've been BeyondDrewTV.
Yeah. Dan Wolf. We'll get to see what he does in the next episode. Everybody, have a good day, good weekend, good whenever you're watching this. Enjoy yourself.
There you go. You stumbled to it.
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, everybody.